out into the woods of Truro to find the Cape's loneliest gravestone. Next!
CapeCast. Folks, we're here with Bob Carlson, probably the preeminent expert on gravestones Cape-wide. He's got a fantastic website, CapeCodGravestones.com. Bob, thanks for being here today. Now, we are on the trail of a very lonely and elusive gravestone, that of Thomas Ridley Jr. in Truro. What do you know about that?
Well, I know a lot of people have looked for that gravestone and have not found it. Some have got lost in the woods. There are several adventure stories about people getting lost behind Montanos.
Well, we're trying to find the gravestone of Thomas Ridley. Shebner Rich in 1883 wrote, "A lonely grave. About midway of East Harbor, near a dismal swamp, with not a habitation in sight or sound, with not a tree or rock or post or sign of life, where the hills rest tier on tier, Alps piled on Alps, and the valleys circle deeper and deeper, is the solitary grave of Thomas Ridley, who died of smallpox, 1776. 102 years after, on the 28th of January, 1878, I stood by this forlorn spot." Well, one thing we sort of know about trying to find this out here in Truro is that we're looking for a sand pit. When we find that, we have a fighting chance, I guess, of finding the gravestone of Thomas Ridley. We're in a sand pit, deep in the woods of North Truro. We are heading up the sandy incline, up over the lip, into a dense pine forest.
I have to wonder also why they put poor Thomas Ridley so far out in the woods. Because as we found out, his wife is in Provincetown Cemetery number 1. There are some other Ridleys buried in Truro and in Provincetown. And it was normal to put smallpox victims away from other burials, but not miles in the woods. That's a strange thing.
We're pretty much off any trail we might have had ever. Oh boy. Jeez. Coming up between two kettle holes on a swale. There it is. Wow. The grave of Thomas Ridley Jr. way out here in the woods by itself. 1776. Man. This has been one of the most elusive spots we've ever tried to find. I got lost coming out here yesterday. I'm not even sure how to get back, really. And the other mystery is that Mr. Thomas Ridley's last name is spelled on the stone Riddeey, Riddy, but we think it's Ridley. That's what happens when you chase history into the woods. Things get murky.
CapeCast.